Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with David and Brenda. And good to be back. I hope everyone had a very good New Year's and Christmas, or vice versa. Had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. How about that? I'll get it right. Had a lot of problems with my hands. Had some things I wanted to put out there for y'all for the holidays, so I didn't get to because my hands were really bad. The thumb joints were inflamed, the tendons and everything were inflamed. This already causes a lot of problems, but David's sick of eating out because we had no choice. So we're glad to be back, and this was one of the things I was going to give. It's real easy, it tastes good, and it's, so hopefully y'all will enjoy it. So let's get started. How about that? You're going to need...
What is it?
It's called Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. Okay, you're going to need 2 Granny Smith apples. Approximately just a normal size apple, okay? 2 of them. And if you got one of these apple core things, they work real good. Once you cut an apple, if you can center it like I didn't, then it gives you 8 pieces, and that's what you're going to need, 8 pieces out of each apple. 2 cans of croissants. I will give you the recipe when we get these in the oven, okay? I'll tell you as I go, plus I'll give it to you. I got the butter flake. You get whichever ones you want. And I'm going to work on this plate, but since I was messing in that dirty apple, let me just rinse my hands again, because everybody in the world handles apples and stuff in the store. I don't like to do that after people in the store.
So what is this? What is this? Mountain Dew something?
Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. It's called Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. It's been a while. This is not something that you make every day. So I always have to have my notes. You can tell this is really old. So it's torn and getting yellow, but it's real good.
Did your mom used to make this, or did
I'm the one that's always made them.
Oh, okay.
It's mine. I picked it up somewhere a long time ago, and I've just made it. So sometimes I have to refer back, but I got everything ready. But I got the recipe here so I can give that to everyone. All right. I went ahead and peeled my apples, and I got them ready. So I'm going to do, and I showed y'all this. It's already clean. I'm going to put it away. I like to get things out of my way. There's 8 in each one, so I'm going to use this dish. I was going to tell you to go by the temperature on these, but don't. I'll tell you the temperature. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and turn it on. It's 350. Make sure I don't have anything in there. I'm real bad about sitting stuff in the oven and forgetting about it. I forget a lot of stuff. Let's hope I can get these done right. I don't even like to handle stuff like that. That's a wet paper towel I got there to wipe my hands on when I handle stuff like that. I bet people in the stores never washes their hands. My thumb joints were very inflamed here. I couldn't even use my hands. It just went all throughout my hands and my wrists, and I just couldn't hardly use them.
Well, they just gave you injections the other day.
Oh, yeah, he injected both of them. And
what did he inject it with?
Steroids, as usual. It helps, though. He put a big dose in both. I'm already noticing these things are hard to get apart. If anybody's got a trick out there, let me know, okay?
You want me to do it?
Well, I don't know. My counter's clean here.
Well, it don't matter.
I'm going to work. Well, I just got to get them apart. I'm going to roll them on the plate. I just sterilize my counter stuff. That's the way it is. That's the way I cook. That's just the way it is, period.
Okay.
Right? Daddy? He's the daddy. We got cats. We're mommy and daddies. We don't.
So what is that thing? I thought it was a biscuit.
It's a croissant.
Oh.
They're croissants. I thought I told you. I got Pillsbury butterflake. So hopefully, they're so hard to deal with, though. I don't like dealing with them, but in order to make
what kind of meat goes in this dish?
It ain't. It's apples.
Oh.
Now, you start with the large end, and you take a piece of your apple. Now, let me tell you something. If you got off course like I did just a little bit, because I still got some soreness he told me it wasn't going to be 100% for a week. Sunday makes a week. So I got a couple pieces too big. I cut it down and just added it with one that I didn't get real big. So you just take it, start with the big end, and start wrapping. Just start wrapping it up on that apple. You got like a little pig in the blanket, only it's an apple, not a hot dog. Just lay it in there. I don't know if, I've never paid attention to if which end goes up or down. I put the little end down. Then you just keep going till you get them all rolled up and lay them in the dish. You don't have to spray the dish or anything, okay? Because you just don't. And it doesn't say anything about putting them any certain length apart or anything like that. Yeah, it'd be good if you can make these homemade. It always is better if you can do something homemade. Always better. I folded the ends in, and then I just started rolling. That's the way I do it. Works great like that, and just lay it in there. But you've got 16, so I'm sure I'm going to have to put them a little closer and have another row there. We'll just see. We'll do it as we go. If I have to change it, I will. This is a real easy recipe to make, and you never would think you'd have to use a 12. You need 12 ounces. If you got a can of Mountain Dew, that's perfect. That's 12 ounces. If you have a 2 liter, you can measure it in a measuring cup. Hey, by the way, I got me a set of cups that are different, so this measures ounces and cups instead of worrying about the Tupperware when I got that's real old. I'm going to still mark them because I like them. Okay, we're working on the last one here, and we'll get that in the bowl, in the dish, bowl, whatever you want to call it. I just got weird ways of saying things, I reckon. Let me see. Now, you should have 16 of them in there, and like I said, on the can or the recipe, it doesn't say to make them touch or anything, so just roll them up, put them in there.
Was you making these a long time ago?
Yeah, I've been making them, but I just never have. They're good. They're real good, and they'll work. It works.
I don't remember.
I've never made them for a long time. It's been a long time, and I was looking through some of my recipes, and I found it, and I said, well, this would be a good thing. They're good. They're good in the winter because, like, it's a dumpling. This is your choice to use whichever one you want. The recipe calls for butter. You can also use margarine. So I'm using margarine because I didn't have no more butter, but I usually keep it on hand. You need 2 sticks. You need a cup of sugar. These Granny Smith apples, they're really, they're kind of tart, real tart. You can exchange the sugar with Splenda or whatever you use. You need a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just put it all in there together. Then we'll get a spoon, and I'm going to mix it all up. These are real easy to make. You know what would be even better? The whisk. It mixes stuff like that up a lot better. Let's get that cinnamon mixed in there real good with the sugar and butter. It likes to separate the cinnamon. If you do that, that cinnamon will separate from the sugar and stuff. Yeah, I'm still having a little bit of problems with my wrist when I'm doing like this. And I can't put no pressure on my thumb yet. It just hurts real bad. But hey, I'm so thankful. The Lord's good to me, and I am so thankful that I can use them now. My thumbs are trying to go under like this, and when I get up over mornings, I have to try to push it up, and my brain is not making it work right. And just having some complications of RA here. That's mixed up pretty good. Now, if I'm pretty sure all you do is just pour it over. But let me look. Okay. All you gotta do, you got your butter, your sugar, your cinnamon mixed here in the bowl. All you have to do, just pour it over your dumplings. Make sure you get some on each one. They need to be coated. So don't just dump it in there, because you need your apples to be coated. And I might have just done what I told you not to do. But I know how I can fix it if I did that. Like I said, they all need to be coated real good. That one didn't get it real good, so I'm just going to turn it over, and turn a couple of them over, and make sure they're coated with the cinnamon and sugar real good. Butter. These are really good, and I bought the flaky butter flake croissants, so I bet they're really going to be good. Wish I didn't have to do this, but it's okay. It doesn't make no difference.
Somebody will say you're fingering the food.
That's all right, I am. It's my food and I'm fingering it. Sometimes, hey, I fingered it already ready when I was rolling it up, so my hands are clean. I'm not worried about what people think. If they don't like it, I'm sorry. I hope you do.
Well, my hands ain't clean. Can I do it?
No. I don't even want you hanging your hand over it. Something might drop in. I'm very picky when it comes to my cooking, and they want to pick at me over my meat. I know what I'm all coated pretty good, and I could have also probably done this, but this is a slower. It doesn't matter. Just make sure they're all coated, okay? Real good. It's going to go right off of it anyway. Then all you do, pour your Mountain Dew in there. I'm not going to pour it over top of the dumplings on purpose because I want those dumplings to stay coated. This Mountain Dew is going to keep them from sticking.
I've never seen them. I never heard
It'll
people
evaporate
cooking with
mostly.
Mountain Dew.
It'll mostly just evaporate.
They say Mountain Dew, you can clean your stove and stuff with it.
No, that's Coke. Now, as far as I know, you do not have to cover this, but I think I will. I just think it should be covered for now. And when I check on them, if they look like that they could go uncovered and get a little bit brown, then I'm going to do that. I don't remember covering them. I don't know. Because of some medicines I take, my memory does not serve me well all the time. Now, do not go by the temperature on those croissants. I will tell you what the temperature is and why. On those, it says 375 or something like that for 9 to 11 minutes. These need to cook for 45 minutes because they have that piece of raw apple in it. So we're doing 350, and because ovens vary, you need to keep a check on them. It might not take 45 minutes. It might only take 35, but you got to get your apple done. So we will put it in for 350 at 45 minutes.
Let me do it.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Also, I put them on the center rack because you don't want them to scorch under the bottom either, which they shouldn't, but still, we're going to put them on the center rack, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, they should be done by now, so I'm going to get David to take them out, and then we'll get them checked out here. I took the foil off of them so they could brown just a little bit. Looks good in there.
It smells
They
good.
look delicious. They got light and
that smells good.
Is that hot? Oh, that's hot. I don't know if they're still doughy or not. It's too hot to touch it.
Huh. That's almost like a fried apple pie or something like.
Yeah, some of them don't feel real outdone, but they got to be. That's hot, real hot. Like
Well, don't touch it.
Whew, cold water. You could use mustard too, but the cold water, I just let that run over it for a minute. That was really hot. Those really look good. Not burnt. Hopefully not on the bottom, no sticking. The Mountain Dew and the sugar mixture and stuff, it just evaporates or cooks up into it. And so while that's cooling, just a second, I'm going to go ahead. Well, let me give it a little check here. I don't feel no apple. They bound to be done. I feel that one just a little bit, but as long as it's good and soft, that's okay.
So how long did you cook it on this one?
I ended up cooking these, about between 50 and 55 minutes. I covered them up until the last 10 minutes, and then I uncovered them so they could brown just a little bit.
So it could vary a little bit.
Yeah, ovens do vary. And this oven, sometimes it cooks other things faster,
now,
but...
the apples you had laying around for how long?
I bought these apples, well, right before Christmas, because it's been 3 weeks probably. So I was hoping it'd soften up a little bit.
So this is the third?
Well, yeah, it's probably the third or going into the fourth week, because I like them to soften up, but they don't soften up very quick. I mean...
So you were saying something earlier, you might think if you steamed them a little bit, maybe...
Well, I was thinking, but now after I poke these, I don't think you need to steam them or nothing. They're done.
Okay.
When you do that apple core, just try to get your pieces as even as possible. What you would do, if you have one of these, they're not very expensive and they're a good thing to have if you was going to make applesauce or whatever. So I'll just show you. I'm not going to cut it, but I'll just show you. You would need to center that as much as possible and just push it up because it's uneven. See how it's laying?
And leave the peelings on it?
No, you peel them.
Oh, okay.
But you want to try to get them pieces as even as possible. I didn't. So I had to sliver a little piece off of one and put it with a smaller piece, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to let that cool just a minute, and I'm going to give y'all the recipe. If you would like to get you a pencil and piece of paper, we'll give you the recipe real quick. Okay, I hope everybody's ready. If not, you can back up a little bit and get it. It's called Mountain Dew Apple Dumplings. Preheat your oven to 350. You need 2 Granny Smith apples, 2 cans of croissant rolls, 1 cup of sugar, 2 sticks of butter, preferably. If you don't have butter, you can use margarine. From my experience, if you melt margarine, you'll see some water in there for some reason. I don't know, it's weird, but it will be. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 12 ounces of Mountain Dew. You can either use a can that is 12 ounces or it's a cup and a half. And also, what I wanted to tell you, the 1 cup of sugar you can replace with Splenda, whatever it equals out to. I got a chart, but I don't know where it's at. Somewhere I got a chart. So that's all the ingredients. And you you cut your 2 apples, and you need 8 pieces out of each apple. And like I said, if you use this, it will give you 8 pieces. You'll have a nice clean core just like this. I saved these because David Hall wants them. It's got seeds. He loves seeds. That's one of his little things. He likes seeds. So, okay, I used a baking dish just like this. It's not 12 by 9 by 12 or whatever they are. It's a little bigger. You don't have to use a glass dish. But if you use one that's got a dark coating and stuff on it, you may have to cook them a little longer. It just depends. You can read the can on the croissants about the difference in the pans, but for the dishes. So this one's probably, I don't know, it's bigger than 12 by 9 or 9 by 12. You just use whatever you want to make sift them pieces, because you know these are going to rise. Okay, so starting with the long end of the croissant, what I've done is I had the long end out, I folded the 2 little flaps in, and then I started rolling until I had the little piece right there, and I just laid the little piece on the bottom. Okay, after you get them all rolled up, I've got 3 rows, not rolls, but 3 rows. And just fit them on our best you can. They're going to rise and hopefully not stick together too much. So you place them in the dish. You put the cinnamon, the sugar into your melted butter. I didn't tell you that. You have 2 sticks of butter. You have to melt it. I melted mine in the microwave with the lid over it. So you put the sugar and the cinnamon in the melted butter, and you mix it up real good with a whisk is better. You pour that over the dumplings, and you mix it up real good and just pour that over all the dumplings and try to get some on every dumpling. Then you come with your 12 ounces of Mountain Dew. I don't like to pour it right on the dumplings. I try to get in around them and down each row. Don't wash off your cinnamon and stuff if you can help it. And if you do, you might have to come back and just take a spoon and dip some over them. And that'll work just fine. And that's it. You bake them for 45 minutes. Now, ovens do vary. In mine, I had to cook them for about 55 minutes. I checked them. The apples weren't done and some of them in the middle, so I had to cook them a little longer. The last 10 minutes I took the foil off because you don't want these browning up a lot before the apples are done. So I couldn't remember what I'd done, and then after I'd done it, I thought that's what I'd done. Whenever I check them, then if they feel like the apples are getting pretty tender, then I take the foil off so they can just brown a little bit. Now, those are not real brown. That's because the cinnamon is also on them. That's all you do. It's easy. And, of course, you got it on a recording now, and you can try it just like that. I'm going to try to get one out here. I just had a thing. What to do? There it is. I washed it and put it back up. It's clean. I washed it and put it back up. Let's see. Which one do we want to get out, David? Hall? Either one will work just fine, all right? Let's get the one we can get the easiest.
Where's your new knife you found in the parking lot?
Oh, I got to show that. I found a knife in the parking lot. I didn't know what to do with it. So I kept it. It's in a cart. And I'm going to tell you, that thing is so sharp. I love it. I've been using it like crazy. And I just love it. Boy, you better watch your fingers with this. And you know, when you're cutting something, you always put your fingers down like that way I do. And just cut. But fold them fingers under, or you might be missing a few.
So old Santa Claus knowed you needed a sharp knife.
He knew I needed a good old knife like that when it comes to meat.
These old cakes, that thing was probably...
It's still in there, David.
Great
I didn't do
grandpa
nothing
used it.
with it.
I think you throwed it away.
No, I didn't. Ding dong. I'm gonna after this, folks. I'm gonna pop him a good one. He's been asking for it since he come in from work. He had a rough day, and my back's killing me. And he's gonna get it. Look at that apple. It's nice and tender. It's real tender. It's cooked. It's steamed real good through there. I don't have bad breath, but if I do, you deserve it blowing it all over your apple. I'm messing with you, David.
Okay.
You know we're always cutting up. He's not been in a good mood all evening, so it's real hot. Still real hot now. And before we close, this is really good with a.
That is good.
It's really good with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
That is good.
They're good for
Good
you got 2 or 3 children. They're really good for after dinner. It's a little dessert, you know. They're good. That's an apple dumpling. Mountain Dew Apple Dumpling.
Buddy, that is good. I ain't much on stuff like this, but I'm more of a steak and potatoes and beans. But
hey, I like all that too, but there's nothing wrong with dessert. Well, he's going to eat the whole dumpling.
Shoot.
It's okay. We got plenty.
Man, that is good. That really is.
Whoever thought something could be so good with Mountain Dew over it? See how tender your apple is? And that's one piece that was a good chunk.
Wow. I think somebody ought to try that for sure. That is good. It really is.
Thank you, honey. Are we getting a thumbs up? Yay, there's our signal right there. We get a thumbs up.
That is very good.
If anybody wants me to smack him for them, just let me know, okay? I will. He needs it. He has a hard time sometimes at work. So anyway, it's been real good to be back. Hopefully we won't have to take no more long breaks. So we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.